Apparently, there was an attempted drone strike, or there were drones that were attempting to strike Russia that were coming out of Ukraine. And this happened like May 20th, May 22nd, somewhere around there. And I guess that Putin's helicopter or his convoy or what have you was in the middle of the situation. And I guess Putin thinks that it was an assassination attempt or something. It very well could have been. But apparently, Trump is all pissed off at Putin right now because he's retaliated, I guess, and started firing rockets into Ukraine, and it killed a bunch of people, and Trump's all pissed off about it. And it's turned into kind of a ridiculous situation. But I do have Trump. This was yesterday, and he was on the tarmac talking to the press, and this is what he had to say.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him. But he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
President, what do you want to do about that?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake.
Ooh.
The questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
Woo! All right, that fake news jab was pretty awesome. That never gets old. You're always ragging on the fake news. So, yeah, obviously Trump's pissed off about it, but now I wish the clip went a little bit longer because somebody in the press, they actually mentioned that he had an assassination attempt taken out against him, and Trump said, well, I didn't hear that, so I don't know what you're talking about with that. So I looked into it, and I came across this. This is on NDTV World, or ndtv.com. Putin's helicopter was at the epicenter of Ukraine's drone strike, which is according to this report. Now, this came out on May the 26th, and Trump was talking to the press. It was yesterday, so that would have been May 30th. And according to this article, that from May 20th to May 22nd, Russia came under a massive drone attack from Ukraine, with the country's air defense destroying as many as 1,170 drones. He said that during Putin's visit to the Kursk region on May 20th, there was an unprecedented airstrike from Ukraine as air defense shot down 46 drones. So apparently this caused Putin to retaliate, and he fired a whole bunch of rockets into Ukraine. And this is from the BBC. This was also a week ago, 7 days ago. 13 people were killed in a wave of Russian attacks across Ukraine. So, and it goes on to say Russia launched 250 drones and 14 ballistic missiles against Kiev alone, Ukraine's Air Force said, causing fires in residential buildings. At least 14 people were injured in the capital. It was one of the biggest combined aerial assaults on the city since the war began. The Air Force said it had downed 6 missiles and 245 drones. So this, I mean, I don't know if I want to say that it's obvious, but it seems obvious that this happened because Putin believes that there was an assassination attempt that was carried out, and or at the very least, Ukraine fired a bunch of shit over into Russia using drones and whatnot. And I mean, at the very least, Putin was kind of caught in the middle of it, I guess, and it pissed him off. And I don't know why Trump wouldn't have heard that, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's frustrating that this whole thing is still going on, and why Trump is even entertaining this whole diplomacy between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, last I checked, like what language do they speak in Ukraine? In Ukraine, what is it again? Like it's Ukrainian, isn't it? Or is it Russian? I think it's some dialect of Russian. And Ukraine used to be a part of Russia during the Soviet Union, and I know the Soviet Union, they broke up, and you know I don't even remember what they even call them, the Baltic states or something like that. Like they're not a part of Russia anymore or whatever. Like the Soviet Union broke up, and Ukraine was one of them. And then now the big conspiracy theory. I'm sure that's not an appropriate term to use for it, but word around the campfire is that Putin is trying to restructure the Soviet Union. He wants to bring it all back, and that's why he invaded Crimea. That's why he took that back in 2014, and that's why he's trying to bring Ukraine back into the fold. And look, I mean, this is a whole situation that's going on. We shouldn't have anything to do with it. It's on the other side of the world, and I mean, we've got the Atlantic Ocean and we got the Pacific Ocean separating us from the rest of the world, so it ain't our business as far as I'm concerned. And I know the European Union, they want to get their nose into that business. And you know what? Fuck it. Let them deal with it. I mean, they're getting their natural resources from Russia. I'm sure they're getting a lot of resources from Ukraine. So I guess they have some vested interest in what goes on between those two countries. And they're sharing the same general landmass as Russia and Ukraine. So if the European Union wants to get involved, then let them get involved. Just let them do whatever it is that they want to do. Leave us the fuck out of it. I don't get why Trump just wants to keep entertaining it. Now, I know he wants to maintain the diplomacy. He wants everybody to like him, and he just wants to keep things on an even keel. Plus, I'm sure he probably wouldn't mind getting the brownie points that would come with ending the whole conflict, which I don't think is really going to happen. I don't think Russia's going to back off until they eventually get Ukraine. I mean, at this point, why would they? I mean, it would be a strong sign of weakness. But let's say that Ukraine did try to take out Putin. They knew where he was and everything. I mean, Trump should put himself in Putin's shoes. Like, what if the U.S. was engaging in a war against, I don't know, let's say Iran. All right, so we declare war against Iran. We're fighting Iran. That's kind of a bad example because they're on the other side of the world. I mean, like, I don't really want to say the U.S. versus Mexico, but that would make more sense going with that with regard to comparing it to Russia, Ukraine. But if we're in a conflict with another country and that country was able to get an assassination attempt off against Trump to where he was almost killed, they sent a whole bunch of drones and Trump was caught in the middle of it and his helicopter came close to get taken out. It wasn't taken out, but it almost was. I mean, how would Trump react to that? Should he just sit back and say, well, it was a near miss and, I'll just forget about it and just let bygones be bygones. It's water under the bridge. I mean, that's essentially what it seems like he's insisting that Putin does, because that's why he started firing rockets into Ukraine. I mean, at least that's what it's looking like. I know there's a lot of propaganda out there, the whole fog of war thing. How do we even know that there was 1,000 drones that Ukraine sent into Russia? I mean, who the hell knows? I get it. It's hard to trust which side and, where's the real information coming from? I mean, I guess we don't really know. But I mean, just assuming that it did actually happen. I mean, first off, I'm just surprised that Trump didn't even know about that he said he had no idea. But if you took, I don't know, Putin's word for it that it did nearly happen, I mean, can you blame the guy now that's why he started firing rockets into Kiev? Now, I get it, civilians and the collateral damage and all that, it's a bad thing. It's not good. It's horrible. It's always horrible. There's always going to be innocent people dying in conflict. Now, with the whole warfare thing, you should be firing rockets at, I don't know, military installations or something with that regard. But, I mean, that's kind of how the U.S. tends to play ball. Like, we try to follow certain rules of engagement and things like that. But a lot of regions around the world, when they fight, they don't really play those, they don't follow the rules like the U.S. seems to tend to do, or the West in general. But I don't know. I just think we should get the hell out of it, stay the hell out of it. Just let Russia do its thing. Let Russia take over Ukraine and let it all just play itself out, because I mean, we got enough irons in the fire as it is. Like the US, we've had our nose in other people's business for like 100 years it seems. I mean, there's already enough going on. I mean, I don't even know how the hell Trump even gets like 3 hours of sleep each night, because he's got so many different things going on. And yeah, I would just leave it. Just let the EU deal with it. If the West has to have their nose in it, with the whole NATO thing and trying to keep Russia, from gaining any more power, any more influence because they're a nuclear armed nation. I get it. I mean, I understand they're close to Russia. I mean, they get natural gas and all that, whatever, from Russia, fuel and everything, gasoline. So I would just say let them deal with it and let us deal with what we got to deal with. Now, I know that we have dumped over $100 billion into Ukraine, and Trump is trying to get our money back in some way or another. And it looks like that we're going to get that money back in the form of natural resources that Ukraine has, which we probably won't be able to get if Russia ends up taking over Ukraine. So, yeah, I guess we do have a financial interest in it. And I don't like to say that we should just write it off and just call it a loss, because that's a lot of money that we gave to them. No thanks to the freaking Democrats. So I get the conundrum, I get the situation, and I even then, I mean, I would just say just leave it alone. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. You know, what do I know? I'm just a freaking nobody on the internet. But I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just a frustrating situation. But I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. I mean, this information was like a week ago, and Trump, he was given his comments on that just yesterday. So I mean, he's working on other things. He just signed he just signed executive orders with regard to nuclear energy. So he's got that going on. We've got AI plants that are getting constructed in the U.S. and he's trying to get that trade deal figured out with China. And there's like a million other things going on. So I mean, maybe it just I doubt it slipped his mind, but you know, maybe he's just been focused on other things. And plus, Elon stepping away from Doge, and he gave a speech on that yesterday, or might have been the day before yesterday at this point. But all right, well, anyway, that's about all I got. See ya.